In today's video, I'm only using AI to make me a Roblox game, but there's a small catch. When I say only AI, I mean it. So that means everything from modeling, UI, scripting, and everything else in a Roblox game that you could think of, it will be from that AI model.
Wait, plus V, isn't that like impossible?
Tom, shut up. Okay, so maybe we can't have AI do everything, but there's an easy way to bypass that. And that's by helping the AI make the models or UI or whatever it's trying to make. But it has to do that by telling me exactly what it wants. So that means the attributes, how it's supposed to look in game. Like, okay, so everything, even down to the textures. So let's say if it wants me to make a sword, the AI has to tell me exactly how to make that sword. And there's three AIs that will be going against each other that have to make this game. Okay, so I'm logged into a new account under a new user and everything. So I have ChatGPT, Gemini, and even Claude. And yeah, that's it. But yeah, as you can see, my name's obviously not Jessica, so that's how you know I haven't taught these AIs at all. Okay, so I did scour the Roblox homepage a little bit. So as you can see, I did do that a little bit. Do not look at the continue page. I definitely did not play any of these games at all. That's just fake. That's AI. I don't know why ChatGPT did that. Honestly, I think it should get -1 point. But I'm not like that. I could take a joke. But I did scour the homepage and I couldn't find anything really because Roblox games nowadays just suck and they're all a little oversimplified. It's to the point where ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude wouldn't even be able to do that or any AI in that fact with the basic model. So instead, I made my own prompt saying, make me a prompt for making a Roblox game that you think you can make in 20 minutes and make it so cool. So that's what I'm going to be telling all the AI. So let me paste it into each one. There we go. And let's actually start now. Okay, so I have my 20-minute timer over here. As you can see, now we could start the prompt. So let's give it. Okay, so it should be making me a prompt. Here's a tight, high impact prompt you could drop into the AI or use yourself that you can make in 20 minutes. And here's the prompt. It says lava floor prompt, and we do not need this. I think you have to buy that. So yeah, we'll not use that. Okay, voice over V here. So I created the whole game using ChatGPT, and honestly, as you can see, I was kind of just working in here. It gave me a folder, gave me maps to work with, but it didn't give me the parts and everything that we needed. So, that was maybe a, misinformation thing, miscommunication on my end, but like I said, it has to create everything itself. So I just pasted all the scripts in, as you can see, even made like values and replicated and stuff. It was all kind of weird. But as you can see, I was just still pasting stuff in. I was making sure it was doing everything correctly. And it actually had a pretty solid base down, but there was still weird stuff going on. So I did have to fix that, unfortunately. But yeah, from here on, it was basically just like fixing the game. And, it actually had a pretty solid base here, as you can see, but it still had a few errors. But it was not doing terrible. But it started giving me like structures, which, I like that it was doing that because they actually told me like where to put everything in. It just made things a little quicker. So, it was just able to speed stuff up. But the scripts were still pretty small for some reason. And like, why am I on fire? That makes no sense. But it wasn't terrible. There's nothing happening. Yeah, it was just like fixing everything. 8 minutes left, so it was pretty short on time. It didn't really have anything like set down, so I was kind of getting scared that it would just have like no real game attached. But yeah, it wasn't doing terrible, I guess. So very short amount of time, but it basically just told me to make everything a little differently, and it looked really good. But I said things were kind of not working, but it just gave me like a whole different script, and that's the final script it did give me. So let's just skip to the part where I finally have the script done. So load in. Game counts down to 1. Then you have to survive. Um, which I think is pretty cool. And then if I die, everyone died. So honestly, it wasn't terrible, but it still wasn't good, and I think it actually made the game worse the longer I did stuff, so that kind of sucks. But yeah, let's move on to the next AI. So I basically did the same exact prompt, and it was giving me something pretty good. It was doing something not terrible, but it started just creating images randomly. But I think that was pretty funny. I did download that because I was like, oh, I could just use that. I never did. I still haven't. But I was putting in all the scripts. It's not terrible, honestly. I don't know why Gemini thought I was asking for an image. Maybe it thought I already had a game, which kind of, says for itself because it started saying randomly down the line, like, oh, do you have a wind part? Do you have the lava part? It was very weird, but I thought the game was pretty cool at the beginning, but it just wasn't adding more stuff. But yeah, let's just skip a little faster through this and let me show you guys what was happening through this. One thing I did start seeing through this was that it wasn't really making the scripts like fully, and it wasn't really adding more stuff. It was just it kept saying, the same things, which kind of sucked. But yeah, here's the game. Go up, you collect coins that you don't even make, because if we go into here, there's no coins, there's no leader stats, they're just there. Um, Damn, this would be so much better if they had like more time. But that's the game. I think this is pretty cool, honestly. It'd be a lot better if we could actually get back to it. But yeah, that's the game. Thank you for those words of wisdom plus V. Now let's go ahead and let's go to the final AI. So here's the final AI, Claude, and honestly I had a lot of high expectations for Claude because I've heard a lot of good stuff about it, and I've heard it's one of the best coding AIs at the moment, which kind of shows, honestly. When I was working through it, it just felt a lot more, I guess, professional. It had a lot more stuff set up. It was easier to read and navigate, and honestly, it was pretty cool to see it work in action. And honestly, the game would be way better if it was just, making sense. It started making the game, which, the game was looking amazing when nothing was happening. So honestly, Claude would do a lot better if it had a lot more time. But since it only had 20 minutes, unlike the other AIs, it thought too long, and it just wasn't the best in short amount of times because it wasn't adding stuff correctly. But yeah, here's the game. There's so much hype too. It's so good, but like this, what the hell's going on?
It's raining tacos.
Gravity flipping.
Out of the sky.
Nothing happens.
No need
Nothing happens when gravity flip happens. Oh, what is going on? Oh my god. Yeah, so Claude basically managed to add audio, it managed to add UI itself, and add trails and everything, but it couldn't make a functioning game, which surprised me because honestly, it was looking very good at the beginning, and then, it thought too long. Claude just seemed like it was literally on crack because it was adding these colorful things and it was adding all these weird stuff that I've never asked for. Well, actually, I didn't even ask for anything. I literally said make a functioning game at one point, and it just still spilled out random things. It was thinking more ahead than making the base of the game, which, if you're trying to add more stuff to your game, and you're too lazy to actually add that stuff, I'd use Claude, honestly, because Claude, it literally seemed like it was on crack. But yeah, that's basically the end of the video. But wait, let's get someone to actually rate the games before we just finish the video. This is amazing. Let's lower the volume on this. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Okay.
raining
Oh wait, I didn't even know this was a thing.
raining tacos.
Oh my god. It's gonna happen. What's gonna happen? Oh. I don't know. Oh, whoa. What? Oh my god, I didn't even know this was a part of the game. Wait a second. Oh my god. So I guess Claude did actually make a game in the end, which actually surprised me because like, what in the hell is this? It's actually pretty cool in my opinion. I think my rating for Claude definitely goes up. But yeah, let's skip on to the next game.
See what rating he gives. 6 out of 7. I think he needs out of 7 W. Let's show him the next game. Let's force him to play the next game.
Okay, yeah, like I said, he wouldn't be able to get up. Okay. Alright, let's play the game. Oh. Honestly, I'm just way better at him at this. Let me collect these coins too that give me nothing. Yo, he's getting ahead. Wait, this wasn't supposed to happen. This is my game. Oh, I survived. You survived. Oh my god. 7 out of 10. Ooh, okay, so that's not looking good. Let's move on to the final one. And here's the final game. And you know what? I feel like this game would have been better if it had more time. So if you want me to do this again and make the video a little better, just comment down below what I should do next and how I should improve the video. Okay, so round is starting, but he's not in the game. But I don't think that matters. I think he just has to join. Alright, I think I told him to join. I'm not entirely sure though. Okay, the lava's spreading a little too quickly. I think I just have to die like immediately when he gets in, so then the game continues. Yeah, he never ends up joining. I think it's because the previous games were so bad it made him scared to join this next one. But yeah, that's the end of the video. I hope you guys liked the video and you guys will subscribe. Since he never joined though, I'll let you guys rate the last ones. So yeah, comment down below which one you think was best and what you think the rating for it was. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.